Good morning. Today we are working on packet number 5, which is due on December 17th, next week, Tuesday. Our first page says 18 people are sitting in chairs that are equally spaced around the table. The chairs are numbered 1 to 18. What is the number of the chair of the person directly across from the person whose chair number is 6? So to solve this, we make our circle. We're going to number going around. We do our best to spread it out, but we know that because we are drawing, we might not be spreading it out evenly. So I'm going to look at this and say, oh, kind of looks like 1 goes across from 9. I need to match them all up to see if I did not match them up correctly. I got to 8, and 9's already matched up. I can't have 17 and 18 right next to each other. So many of us are doing this and saying, oh, it looks like 6 is across from 14, so that's my answer. But we're not actually spacing them out, measuring it, and knowing precisely. So we can't just go by looks. You have to actually keep drawing those lines matching up. We cannot end up with numbers right next to each other. They have to be going across. So what I would do if I had done this and went, oops, that doesn't work, I'm going to erase and try again. Going around, drawing my numbers, and this time I know not to match the 1 up with the 9 because it didn't match up. I'm going to match the 1 up with a different number and match going around, making sure that each line, each number matches up with the number across from it, not next to it. So it might be a little bit of trial and error there. Our next page . The average person uses 34.3 gallons of water for a bath. A water-saving shower head uses 2.4 gallons of water per minute. That's a unit rate. How many gallons per minute? How much water is saved by taking a 10-minute shower instead of a bath? Well, I know that my bath uses 34.3 gallons of water. I need to figure out how much water is used by a shower. So if I have 2.4 gallons for 1 minute, and I'm going to take a 10-minute shower, I need to figure out, we know how to do those rates. We did this already. So to go from 1 minute to 10 minutes, what am I multiplying by? Whatever I multiply the denominator by, I multiply my numerator by. Now some of us turning in our answers is saying that's our answer. How much water we use taking a shower. But that's not our question. It's how much water is saved. So we need to say, well, it's 34.3 gallons for the bath. I'm going to subtract out what I use for the shower to see how much water would be saved. How much less water is used. So don't forget that second step of subtracting out the shower from the bath. So first big thing you have to do is figure out how much water is being used for the shower. Go with your unit rate and then go up to, instead of 1 minute, it's going up to 10 minutes. So solve that and then you have to subtract. Our next page is our 5-card challenge. We need to have them equal the number 10. And then we have our pattern page. We need for math 6, we need to complete for the number of blue and the number of red blocks. Now Mr. Schultz in his infinite wisdom thought to himself, well, this is going to be due right before Christmas. I'm going to throw him a little bone and kind of give him easy patterns to follow. So let's see if you can find these easy patterns. Blue in the figure 1 is 3, figure 2 is 6, Figure 3 is 9. Figure 4 is 12. If you can find what we are skip counting by and continue it on. Now we have to do the red. The red has 12 in the first figure, 14 in the second, 16 in the third, 18 in the fourth. Again, see if you can find what we're skip counting by and carry it on. So he did give us easy patterns here to carry on. All right. Next page. We need to find the perimeter and the area. First thing we have to do is fill in missing numbers. So I know this section is missing a size, and I know here is 6. I know the whole length there is 12. If I've already used 6 here, 12 minus 6, that's going to be a 6 going across. Then I need to figure out this one. I know we've got 2 plus the 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. So to here would be a 2, because the 2 plus 6 plus 2 is 10. But I also have this section here, which is another 2. So altogether, this section is a 4. So I need to add up all of my oh, I've got one more number to fill in. Can't forget up here is missing a number. 4 and 4. So you add it all up for the perimeter. Now for the area, I broke mine into 3 rectangles. 10 times 4 is an easy one to find. 6 times 6 is an easy one to find. This one, I know I have 6 as one side. I need to find this side. If I know the full length is 10, I'm going to subtract out my 4, subtract out my 2 to see what this length is. Multiply that by the 6, and then I add all 3 areas up. Next page. This time we are working with the cylinder, so we need to write in the formula for the volume of a cylinder. We have pi times r squared times the height. So remember pi, you can either, excuse me, you can either type in 3.14 or you can type in the pi symbol on your calculator. You're going to multiply that by r. R is the middle of our circle to the outside, so it's 25. Well, we want to square that. So we want 25 squared, and then we multiply that by our height of 40. Remember, when we do PERMDAS, the first thing we do is parentheses. There's no parentheses. Then we need to do exponents next. So we have to do 25 squared before we multiply anything. Okay? Or if you're punching it all into your calculator, make sure you do 25 squared on the calculator. Hit the square button. And the calculator will know to square it first. You need to write the answer for what that is here. Now you're going to take that volume. To answer our question here, it says you cut the cylinder into fourths. So if we're cutting it up, what operation is that, Emma? That's division. When we're cutting up, we are dividing. What am I going to divide by if I'm cutting it into fourths? Aiden? I'm going to divide it by 4. And then I cut, we said that's divide, I cut those fourths into half. So what do I have to divide by this time? Lila? 2. So you take your volume, you divide it by the 4, you divide it by the 2, and that's how we get our answer down here. Okay? Remember, all work must be shown. I've had some people just write down answers and turn it in. You have to show me what work you're doing. Right? You don't have to actually do the long division on the paper, but you do need to write what math you are putting into your calculator, so I know that you know how to do it. So all work must be shown or we do not get credit. Next page, we need to create a graph. Certain things we need to remember when we are writing a graph. It does say use correct labeling. So you could use this space right here. You could do it on the back side. I don't know if there is a back side. Is there? Yep, you could do it on the back side. I've had some people do it on a separate sheet of paper. Some people did it on graph paper, and just staple it on to your packet if you're doing it on a different page. We need to remember our title, snack bar. You need to have a title for the bottom, a title for the side. On the bottom, you're going to want to put your different snack bar things. So, bag of chips, I'm not writing it out because I'm going quick. You can write it out. Candy bar, hot dog, hamburger, and pizza slice. What would those be? What label would I give to those? Food options or snack options. We need to title it so we know what those are. On the left side, going up, what am I going to put? Sarah, what would I put on the left side going up? I already wrote my food out. Number of food. So how many people are choosing that? So we want those numbers. So I'm going to put numbers going up. How high up do I need to go? Well, I'm going to look at my biggest snack choice here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. I only need to go up to 22. If I run out of space, I might think, maybe I need to skip count by twos. Because I don't have enough room, you can skip by twos. Do your bar graph. So there are 8 bags of chips. You would go up to 8. Draw your bar. I will not give you full credit if you do not use correct labeling. So you have to have labels. You have to know what each of those axes stands for. Make sure you're fully doing it. And that is our packet number 5, due next Tuesday. If you still have questions, make sure you come and see me. Have a wonderful day.